Welcome to Outlaws Unleashed. My name is Kent. Grandma is here. Hello, Grandma.
Hello, Kent.
Hello, hello. Grandma, is the Matrix collapsing?
Yes, I think so.
You- Really?
It's on its way, yes. And I think these valleys, high and low, going up and down, and you know, in history, um, it's collapsing and then we go up again, and then it's collapsing and we go up again. Either it's war or it's finance crisis and stuff like this.
Mm.
I think internet have the power to stop these high and low valleys.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
If you see, Grandma, that my grandma, she told me that the world operates in 20-year cycluses around. And there is pretty much 4 cycluses, so pretty much around 80 years. If you look at this and you see what's happening now and you compare it to earlier, it seems like we are in the end of an 80-year cyclus now. It seems to be, this is a feeling, by the way, so this is not advice. But it seems to be at the end of an 80-year cyclus. And if my grandma is correct, there will be a blow up, and there will be a new start when after this so-called blow up, with very positive things happening for the next 20 years. So when we are talking about this, and what comes to my mind is for me, I can remember watching a movie. It was The Big Short with Michael J. Burry. He, among others, predicted the financial crisis in 2008, and he saw something that most people didn't, and he made a lot of money and a lot of maybe enemies for himself in the process of this. And this has happened before in the 80s. It's happened in the 30s, for example. It's the big one. And if a 80-year cycle, as at the end, we can compare it maybe to the 30s. So if something big were to happen, it would be, what would happen, I'm not sure, but after this, the world would seem like a much better place. So it could seem that you are correct and I am correct. But I'm not sure if the internet, as it seems, is the salvation and the matrix is going down, so like this. I think we are heading into a new 80-year cycle, Grandma. What do you think when I say this?
Yeah. I don't mean internet per se,
Mm.
who's the savior, but the ability for people to speak freely. That's what the internet is providing, and especially social media, of course. So, and the financing, it will collapse somehow, but depends if we are going to keep this monetary system like as we have it now. And I know that many good forces around the world is on the track to do something else than this, because
Yeah, but Grandma, when this comes to mind, it's gold. Gold is the thing.
yeah,
You see, in the 30s, they made private ownership in the States illegal. Only collectibles was allowed and a few ounces. And pretty much 80 years,
yeah,
loosely,
yeah,
like this. And it seems to gold is on the rise again, Grandma. and especially silver. So it rhymes a little if you consider it a so-called 80-year cycle.
Yes.
You
Yes, it
see
is.
gold has hit record prices, and you see, and especially silver has also done this, almost $60 now. And you see what happened before, and you compare it until now. Now, I have seen investment firms and banks, especially from the States, some of them have given advice that your portfolio should include 20% holding of gold.
Yes.
20% up
Mm.
from
Mm.
5, maybe. People are not
Mm.
doing this, but it's um, yeah, maybe something's happening.
Yeah.
How do you compare this?
Yeah. Mm. What is true is that this yeah, fake money, if you can call it this, they if they always need growth, and to grow they have to create a lot of devastation. War, for example, they need to grow the finances all the time. And
Hmm.
so, and um, it seems like a growing consciousness about we have to move away from this system. And
Yeah,
a lot of people, yeah,
it's fascinating because every so-called fiat currency system has gone to zero.
yes,
Not one has survived.
no,
And isn't it time for a change, though?
yeah,
And isn't a change coming when the speech and the doings around gold and silver is the way it
yeah,
is?
mm. Yeah. I think the key is to make people understand what is real and what is not real when it comes to money, because um, and a good picture. Uh, there's a very famous picture from Germany, um, just after some days after the war. Uh, there is a couple there who's coming with this what is called
It's a
silver.
wheelbarrow?
Yeah, a
Wheelbarrow.
wheelbarrow
Yeah.
with German marks in it,
Mhm.
full with with money.
Mhm.
And for this wheelbarrow, they buy one bread.
Mhm.
That is one of the world's most famous pictures.
Mhm.
And uh, when people come to the realization or the understanding that money is just paper and nothing else, that could make a good shift, I think.
How do you think the internet and the free speech on X and like this is going to solidify this?
Yeah, I think that will follow naturally, because you see the inflation now all over the West. Um, People are paying more and more just to get by, to have electricity, to have money for food. And at some point, people will understand. Um, but now, most people do not understand. Took me a long time to understand this.
I will say to you, Grandma, you will own nothing and you will be happy.
Yeah, yes, that will not be me.
Not me either.
No,
Oh, oh.
they can take their slogan and go
Mm.
where the sun never shines.
Something like this, yeah. Oh,
Yes,
oh.
they can.
Mm.
Mm.
Ja.
Yeah.
Now, what comes to my mind when you're talking about this is to complete the German analogy. Is after the First World War, they pushed Germany to such an extent they were extremely extent, where you
Yeah.
saw the city of Berlin was despicable. The things
Hmm.
happening there with yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And you see the currency is bombed out of yeah.
Yeah.
And in Berlin, then you could buy a house for a good house for 4 ounces of gold.
Yes.
4 ounces of gold is around $17,000 or something like this today.
Hmm. Yeah, you got a very good house for that.
Mm.
Hmm.
And this is because of the inflation. Because priced in Reichmark, it was extremely high.
Yeah.
But compared to something of real value, the price was extremely cheap.
Yeah.
So for the example of the couple with the wheelbarrow, the wheelbarrow was the thing that had real value of of what they had.
Yeah.
The
They could
money with the big
probably,
stack was yeah, nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
they could probably get two bread for the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, but Grandma, this isn't an exclusive example because this happened after the fall of the Soviet Union. Like for example, in Bulgaria, it happened. This happened in newer times also of the inflation like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes. And I don't know who they are, but they are doing this again and again and again. You have noticed?
yeah, of course, it's the greed
Yeah.
because if money or currency moves places, they are getting the currency first, the banks, and so they can buy things on the cheap. And the people being taxed is, of course, the common people and the poor people,
Yeah.
as normal.
Mm.
So
Mm.
if we will say if, I'm sure a financial crisis will happen now, but I will say if, because I can't be 100% sure. So if a financial crisis happen now, it will go out of the normal people's pockets
Yes.
and into the pockets of the rich and famous. So
Mm.
again, uh, the saying of you will own nothing and be happy. Maybe it's actually coming sooner than later.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the happy part, I'm not so sure of.
Oh, oh,
No,
oh.
no, no. But yeah, Norway was still a poor country when I grew up. Um, for example, in the winter, we were freezing a lot because we didn't have good clothes. For example, we didn't have enough food. We didn't have um, heat enough heat in the house when it was very cold winters. And yeah, but most of us, we were not, how to say, we were not unhappy, I think. But
I think you can be happy with little. I don't
yes,
think you have to have a big wallet to be happy.
no, absolutely
But
not.
for
No.
Norway's sake, it changed with the oil findings.
Yeah.
And now we have the sovereign wealth fund and like this. But
Hmm.
that's the state having. But normal people now are really feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going back to our last episode, which was objective realities, it seems though that something is changing though. There are more questions being asked. You see, for example, such a thing as the cow farting problem in their eyes, which was solved with the Bovaer. It's pretty much stopped now.
Yeah.
craziness, uh,
Yeah.
and you see, even though here in Norway we have seen producers of food adding fillings and stuff to processed foods, and they have come out now and said that okay, we will change and blah blah blah.
Mm.
And that's because people have woken up, because they are greedy
Yeah.
bastards and they are not doing this to of their kindness of their hearts. It's about money. And when people have woken up, which is a very good thing, uh,
Yeah.
they have to change
Mm.
to get their
Yes.
money.
Yeah.
So I think that's two good examples to give of the people waking up and actually putting their money where their mouth is. They're
Yes.
buying ecological
Mm.
and they are doing things that they actually can change.
Yes.
So I think there's
And
something positive here, Rama.
yeah, very positive
Uh,
because they are not mm, they are not able to hide the information anymore. At some extent, they are, but
uh,
for example, yeah, about this, what they have been adding to processed food, poison stuff they have been adding. That information was rising very quickly. It
mm,
happened just in 7, 8 days,
mm,
and it was out there. And it was not the mainstream media because they are bought and paid and corrupt. It, it's social media
mm,
every time,
yeah.
and that's a very good thing. And I think that will develop more and more. And um, for example, about the let's take the COVID vaccines, for example. If the um, if and when the government here is hiding information about what is in them and what the potential damage is, and that they were never tested for transmission of illness, for example, if the government here is hiding that, it's still another country who's coming with this information. And with internet, it's coming here also.
Yeah,
So
it seems like people are waking up a little and saying no to these
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Mm.
So the next part now, mm, more people have to understand this fake money system
Mm.
and move to real money, real.
Mm. Of course, Grandma, we can't give advice on this, but for their own sake, they should do some research about this and find the ladies and gentlemen that actually know about these things.
Yeah, it's a lot of information
Mm.
out there about this also.
Yeah, we can give some names. For example, David Morgan about the silver. He's the silver guru. You can mention Alistair MacLeod, for example, the former British banker. I see Andy Shechtman has a big social following on gold and silver company, Miles Franklin. They have a big YouTube channel. And there are lots of honorable mentions other than this, of course. But
Yes.
that's just a few names they can check out and
Mm.
lead them in the right direction. Hmm.
Yeah.
I find it positive, Rama.
Yeah.
Again,
Me
things are
too.
happening in good ways. I think maybe we end on a high note again.
Yes.
Two in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys for listening.
Mm.
See you guys next time. Goodbye for now.
Bye bye.